The job market is doing better than it's ever have before. There are jobs literally every single day. New jobs posted on LinkedIn, Indeed. The only people who don't have a job right now are the people who don't want one. That's all total bullshit. The job market right now is absolutely horrible. It's fucking cooked. These are some videos to back up what I'm saying right now.
Job market is so bad. Y'all tell me why I just applied to be a special agent for the FBI.
It was Roach. His name is Anthony Thompson. He wears size 10 and a half shoes, a 32 in pants, and a fucking large shirt. You can't miss me.
Because at this point, it is what it is.
Are you qualified? Are you just applying for random jobs? I'm not saying don't apply for everything, but if you know the job is requiring a doctorate degree and all you have is your high school diploma, why are you applying for that job? That shouldn't count. And when you telling people, oh, I've applied for 500 jobs.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid.
You put in 500 applications, but you know damn well you weren't qualified for 150 of them.
Just realize something. The job market is shitty, and I'm going to explain why. I'll say 3 or 4 years ago, you put in a job application, at least five job applications, 3 of those will call you back, do an interview, and 2 of those will offer you a position. Now, in the year of 2025, I'm going to be transparent with you. I'm trying to look for a position that offers more responsibility. So within the last 2 to 3 months, I have put in at least 60 job applications. And out of those 60 job applications, I have received 2 callbacks. And out of those 2 callbacks, I have had 2 phone screenings and nothing else. What are the accolades that I have under my belt for?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell without you telling us what those accolades are. Maybe they're not what they're looking for.
When I went to Washington, D.C., I dropped off copies of my resume to my state representatives and was like, hey, can you help me find a job? There are no jobs in your district, and half the postings you see are ghost postings. If you run the state, can you help me get a job?
It's not you. There are no more jobs. And the few that there are, you're competing with 5 million other people, and they're requiring that you offer up your firstborn and already come with 45 years of experience.
So I've been looking for a full-time job position on and off for about 2 years. I would say 3, which is when I graduated college, but I was a little too depressed to be working a full-time job at that time. And I say on and off, not because I've been getting positions and then leaving and trying to go to other positions. It's because I get so frustrated with applying to jobs to the point where I just take whatever. Because every time I go back to applying jobs, it feels like a humiliation ritual. Like, I feel so disrespected as a human being. And people are always like, oh, apply to government jobs that hire you, they have the benefits, this and that. They are just as bad, if not worse. And I'm going to show you why. Let me show you. So I recently applied for a customer service role, and then these are some of my answers. I had to copy and paste just because they weren't saving onto the application, so I wanted to make sure it didn't get deleted. They're basically like interview questions. I didn't go too into depth just in case they saw my resume and they didn't want to pursue any further in the process. And then 5 days later, I get this email, dear da-da-da, thank you for applying for this position of customer relations officer. As the bulletin stated, the first 100
Now I done got that off my chest. Let me tell you what happened to me, right? So I applied for a senior ops position. Been in healthcare 25 years, got an AABA, got a BBA, finishing up my MBA in healthcare. So I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I know what I applied for, which was supposed to be a senior level position, overseeing clinics within a particular hospital. So when I got the call, I saw that, you know, what I applied for, I looked over the job description. That's what I'm gonna do anyway. That's how I'm I'm so upset. That's how I'm gonna prepared for an interview. I'm hot because I just had this happen. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm looking over my notes. I wrote notes. I'm looking over the job description. Child, it went nothing like that. Do you hear me? Nothing like that. And I'm gonna tell you why it went nothing like that. Because that job description meant nothing to them. It was all a lie. You hear me? A lie.
I had a 30-minute phone interview earlier today. And seriously, what the hell is going on? So I'm a recent college graduate, 3.9 GPA, graduated from a top 25 school, and I've been trying to find work like crazy. I've been using this one app called Claim that gets me passive income through class action settlements to supplement my income, but seriously, what the hell is going on with the job market? Why can't we go back to the days when people went into a physical location, filled out an application, and you had one interview, you sat down, and you talked to the frickin' owner of the business. At the end of the day, you either got the frickin' job or they told you no. Why can't we go?
Because that limited the number of people that the job could have come in. Sometimes the best choice and the best candidate don't live in that area. So sometimes you need to have interviews and stuff online. You need to have virtual applications. You need to be able to take in as many applications as possible. Do they need to refine this method? Yes. Yes, they do need to refine it. But what this person's asking for, just going in and being able to talk to someone right then and there, what if that person's working and doing something else? Their main job is probably not to sit there and hire people, because if they don't need to hire new people, then what? They don't have a job? They just get to sit there and chill all day? I'm certain that they have other responsibilities that they have to tend to.
Go back to those days like our parents had it. Like, seriously, why in the flying fuck do we have to? Why can't we just go back to the way it was before? I mean, 3+ interviews? Are you kidding me? The questions they ask? I've never been asked such stupid ass questions in my entire life. The lady over the phone literally asked me, "Are you kind?" What? How does that... I don't know. I'm going freaking crazy. Like, are you guys hiring or not? It's that effing simple. I'm fed up. I know I'm not the only one that's fed up with the way the job market's operating today. It's just...
I can't knock him on that, because there was a sales position that I went to go interview for one time where I had 3 fucking interviews and they made me take 2 tests. I was so pissed off. By the time I got to the second test, I was like, I ain't doing this. I just got up and left. I just got up and fucking left.
I think that y'all are really going to be proud of me, because I took another mental day. No, but seriously, I literally had to take another mental day because, for one, I'm not prepared to go back to that freaking job. For 2, I'm physically exhausted on top of being mentally exhausted. Mind you, I do heavy lifting at my current job, and I had to lift, everything out of the apartment to the new house. So, yeah, your girl is tired. On top of that, y'all, hold on, please tell me why. I checked my email this morning thinking I'm going to have some good news. And no, a job reached back out to me and was like, "Oh, so sorry, we're not going to move forward with your application. Please look on our site for other jobs." No, I'm moving on to the next one.
Nigga gonna stand on business every time.
So yeah, I hate my job, but I still can't quit.
How much the total?
Your total is $3,000.
Shit, I gotta get some more from the car. That's why I support black businesses. Don't give your money to these folk, man. They don't give a fuck about you.
I know that a lot of us dread Sundays just because it's so close to Monday, but I want to assist you in adjusting this type of thinking to thank you, God. I at least have a job to look forward to come Monday morning. Because as we have seen, Black women have been losing their jobs at disproportionate rates. 300,000 plus in the last quarter alone. The same Black women who are consistently going to school to further their education to get a step up in life. And there is no telling what Q3 numbers are going to look like. There is no telling if Q3 numbers will even be accurate. Who's reporting that data? So if you do have a job right now, if you're being micromanaged, you're being disrespected, I understand that it's hard to be grateful for it when you're in the moment, but please consider this a blessing. And if you don't have a job right now, just understand the right opportunity is bound to happen. It just has not found you yet.
The job market is trash. Oh my gosh, just dropped off my 18-year-old at what I believe is probably her 15th job interview. And no, wait, there's nothing wrong with my baby, okay? It really is the job market. And we all know why it's trash, but I digress. Tell me why you either have AIs combing through job applications looking for keywords, right? Bots, basically. Or you have pre-recorded videos that you need to do. Like, you see her job application, do a pre-recorded video, then you don't hire her. And then when we go to these stores, these restaurants, understaffed, overwhelmed. So what is it? Are you looking for people to work? She's 18 and you feel like, oh, she should already have job experience. Hello, she did 2 summers of summer youth employment when she was 16 and when she was 15. How is that not job experience enough? Either she gets a job or I make some money on this app. Either or. Because this is what it's giving. This right here. It's not making any sense.
What job you having her apply to? Once again, we have to stick with what we know we can get. Don't go and apply for a high level position and you don't have the experience and then get upset that they gave you the interview. That's on you. Or don't be upset that when you go to a job that's highly competitive, that has a high turnover rate, so they're hiring everybody, that you don't get picked up in that crop of people. You might probably just didn't make the cut. There are a million reasons why you didn't get hired. Some of these jobs just honestly aren't looking. Does that suck? Yes. Yes, it absolutely fucking sucks.
Damn, why is it so hard to find a job? Like, damn, every email, oh, we moving forward with other candidates. When am I gonna be the candidate? Like, come on, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm tweaking, y'all. Like, I'm really.
All right, so if you went in there and you got that shit on your nails and you got unnatural colored hair, there's a good chance you might not get the job depending on where you're trying to get hired at. Some jobs just do not allow that. The job where I work at, they would not allow that. They would have an issue with that. I've even discussed it. I'm like, yo, what about people who dyed their hair the company's colors? No, it's unprofessional. You have long nails with some shit on top of your nails. Some places just don't want to hire you for that.
Life tweaking. I'm just trying to make some type of money. Shut up.
Let me get this straight, just so I can hear myself actually say it, so that it sinks in. The first company I ever worked for post-grad, my coworker sexually harassed me for 5 months until I left. Okay. And that was at an engineering company in their video production department, and it ruined video production for me. Right, okay. Let's keep that in mind. Next company I went to after that, there was a stint bartending in between. I love bartending. I got no issues with that. Next company after that, it's a company I've been at for 2 years.
Why'd you leave the bartending
tech
job?
Company, and well, I'm contracted to a huge tech company. The tech company is not the issue. The contracting company, swine of the earth, literally laid off 250 people the other day, and just don't generally care about their employees. I know people who've never gotten a raise. I got a raise because I'm a bitch, and I bitched my way to a raise, but I won't get one this next year.
It's not because she's a bitch that she didn't get the job. It's because of every other reason. Everything else is why she didn't get the job. Not because she's a bitch, though.
If I stay there for another year, because they maxed me out at that salary. Everyone on here knows what I make, which is not a lot of money. And I work as a technical writer and editor for them. And I also hate that job. So let's get this straight. I've worked 2 jobs in the 3-ish years that I've been post-grad, and I've hated all of them. And I didn't want to do them in the first place. And I was like, you know what? Let me just take a job, because that's worse than, like, I'm so scared of following my dreams that I just have to, like, go take these shitty jobs. No! They're actually even worse than following my dreams. I'd rather be poor than sexually harassed. Oh, I said it. I know that's kind of controversial. I'd rather be poor than be sexually harassed. I'd rather be poor at this point than be abused by my company every day. I guess I'm gonna have to just be a screenwriter. LA, here I come.
So having the choice to do what you want is awesome. You have the choice to leave that company and not be sexually harassed, and you did. That's a good thing. You have the choice to go be a screenwriter, and you're doing that. Congratulations. You have the choice and free will to do stuff, and you're exercising that. Congratulations. Hopefully screenwriting's what you actually want to do, and you're not just throwing some shit out there. Put that energy and effort into doing what you want to do.
So I spoke about how I felt like any kind of financial advice right now was tone deaf. I also want to say that any kind of job advice is tone deaf too. The job market is not anything the same like it was a year ago. You used to be able to get a job easily, like when it came to waitressing or fast food or even stuff like customer service. Those jobs are now requiring people to have at least 3 interviews to make $12 an hour. People were asking, well, how is that woman working by herself at Burger King? How is she running the whole store by herself? Because Burger King requires you to do at least 2 interviews to then tell you, hey, do you want to make $7 an hour and work 12-hour shifts and take 30-minute breaks? Jobs that were entry level, literally no skill requirement, are requiring people to take more than 1 interview, are using AI to read their applications. You no longer can just walk in somewhere and be like, hey, I want to work here. I see a hiring sign outside. Are you guys hiring for real? Like, why is it that McDonald's, Amazon are always saying they're hiring, and yet you always hear about people who say that they tried to apply and they were declined? These are jobs that literally don't require a skill. Or the only skill is like, can you lift? Can you be on your feet for this amount of hours?
Can someone please explain to me why it's so hard to find a job in 2025? Like, you do everything right. You graduate with a degree, you get good grades, you get good experience. in school. You push all the right buttons and you get out into this job market. It sucks. This job market is terrible. You apply to jobs, about 90% of them never get back to you. Total ghost. Another 8% will get back to you with an automated AI rejection email. And then you have the 1 to 2% where they want to learn more about you, where they want to get you in for an interview. And then of that 1 to 2%, over half of that group is going to ghost you after an interview, and you'll never hear anything back from them. And most of the other half is going to reject you. Like, what am I supposed to do? I do everything right. I tailor a resume. I tailor a cover letter. It doesn't matter.
You got to go in there and lie, big dog. Somebody stop that nigga! I know you don't want to hear that, but just go in there and lie. Lie on your resume, lie in that interview, just like how they lie in that job description, motherfucker. You better get on there. You better get in that job and lie. Fake it till you make it.
I'm just so frustrated with this job market. It sucks. It absolutely sucks.
So that's it for this one. I think I can make a little series out of this one. The job market's just really thriving right now. Nothing but growth. Everybody who wants a job has one. Of course, I'm still just kidding. You made it this far into the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. YouTube thinks you'll like this video up here. So do I. Until next time. Peace.